Okay, this one's gonna combine like 3 shore living items together. I'm gonna do like a shore living canvas, one of the ocean prints, and I want to use that to cover up one of the little shore living houses. Now it can be any of the houses. There's a million variations of those from Dollar Tree, and we're gonna cover it up so it doesn't really matter. So the first thing I need to do is to try to get the canvas off of this, just using a razor blade, cutting on the outside of the staple so I can pull that off. Usually the only tricky part is the corners here because it's a little bit doubled up and stapled down there. And I thought it would be cute to do a house with like an ocean background covering it. And you could also do that if you had like an ocean print, like scrapbook paper or something like that. But you know me, I'm always trying to use items from the Dollar Tree. And then I want to also use one of the Shore Living stencils, one of the ones that says, "Meet me by the sea," and kind of combine all this together and see what we come up with. Now this has like a little foam sticker on the front, so I just went ahead and removed that with a little heat. And I think this is going to be the perfect size to cover this. You know, I've picked up so many of these Shore Living canvases, and I'm always looking for fun, creative ways to reuse them. And this is definitely a fun option. So I just sketched that out on the back of the canvas. And then I realized, you know, I do kind of have to work around like the roof line on there, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it out to get started. And I like the roof line that's on there, so I need to find a way to cut that down to size now that I have it cut down to there. So I just flip it over, kind of sketch it on the back so I'll know where to cut. And I think that's so pretty. They have so many pretty Shore Living ones. And you know, I've picked up some canvases from Dollar Tree lately too that aren't Shore Living, but also with like coastal or sea creature designs. So many pretty things. Now I'm going to put down a rather thick layer of Mod Podge so that we can secure that heavy canvas to our little house. And I want it to be thick, so it's definitely strong enough. And then I just lay the canvas right on top. And kind of push that down, wipe off any excess glue. And it's definitely a beachy vibe. Now here is the stencil that I wanted to use. Have you guys seen the stencils this year? I haven't seen the stencils this year at my stores, but sometimes some of my stores still actually have them like mixed in with their Crafter Square stuff, but I don't know. It seems to go so fast this year, it's hard for me to tell what they have and what they don't. And I'm just using a stencil dauber from the Dollar Tree and ivory acrylic and stenciling all over. Now, I didn't use any adhesive or anything underneath my stencil, so I might have a little bit of bleeding, but that's okay because I'm going for that coastal farmhouse vibe. And you know me, I'll probably distress it anyway. So I remove my stencil, and this is what we have so far. So a great way to take 3 of the Shore Living items, kind of combine them together, get something new. I take ivory and I distress everything, of course, including the roof line because it was kind of a little bit darker wood, but all over my canvas too. And wiping that with a baby wipe to kind of remove any of the excess and blend it in. And I just distress it a little bit until I'm happy with it. Super cute and fun. And then I thought it needed something to replace the little sand dollar that was on there before. And one of these little wood sea turtles, painted ivory, would be really cute. These are also from the Shore Living line. They have all kinds of little sea creatures like dolphins and sea turtles. So I painted it ivory and a very slight distress with some Anti-Wax by Waverly to give it a coastal feel, to make it go with the vibe of the sign. Then we can just attach that right up here near the roof of our house. And just a little bit of hot glue. And this is how it turned out. Our little Meet Me by the Sea, little ocean house, if you will. Just a fun idea for something that you can sit on your shelf. And you could maybe use this on a tier tray as well, as long as it's not too big.